I'll click the record button and say, yo, what up? How's it going, man?
Yo, going good, going good. Thought
Good.
I'd go back to my roots and bring us the new Eraserhead now that we got everything pretty much spoiled.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, man. So hit me with the elevator pitch. What do you got going on with this super rad Eraserhead deck?
So, elevator pitch. To be honest, I didn't know I had a project due, so this was all thrown together 45 minutes ago while we were all talking about it with stream.
Well, you could have you could have waited till next week. You didn't have to do it this week.
Nah,
Okay.
nah. It was pretty easy to do. It's just instead of going with the void kicks, I thought I would try something different and see because there's a lot of juicy combo stuff out here now. So
Mm-hmm.
thought we'd try and look at the long lines and see what we could work with. It's basically just all the attack lineup is all the new attacks -1. Swap for binding kick because drawing one card seems really good regardless on an attack.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense to me. And then
The main thing is maybe just trying to figure out get better ratios, seeing if there's anything glaring attacks or foundations I missed. It was a tighter squeeze now that there's so many options and I don't have to instantly put in my 4 gotchas for my void spam.
fair. All right. So this being a man. I actually don't hate this card in this deck. I'm doing a little looking.
You're looking, it's all fresh on all of our minds.
So what is the goal here? Looks like it's a 66 card deck. Do we want to cut that number down or?
Probably anywhere between 60-66 is fine to me, honestly.
Okay.
I genuinely, honestly, already have Eraserhead and one in the sideboard. I feel like he probably runs the deck still better than Eraserhead too. But let's be real, we got to get the new guy in here for content.
That is how I feel as well. I think Eraserhead 1 is probably who wears whatever deck better, just because he has the option to play defensively, where this character does not. But like I've said over and over again, I think if your opponent's deck relies too much on their own on their attacks as opposed to the character, I think Eraserhead 1 or Eraserhead 2 just absolutely murders them.
Yeah, like the indiscriminate order tags, all those other ones, stuff like that. Just take away those one pesky abilities, and we're just riding.
For sure. Oh, you have binding cloth in the sideboard. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have? Night Watch in your deck?
Oh, I'm sorry. When I first started throwing this together earlier, that Night Watch needs to be in the sideboard.
Okay.
I had Eraserhead 1 as the main deck guy with the 4 erases in there and the binding claws. The attack lineup was a little bit different. So I just forgot to switch the Night Watch to the sideboard with the Eraserhead 1 stuff.
Makes sense to me. Continuing to look. This card's sick in this deck. All right. Let's talk about it. So the first thing, I didn't have any attacks that I wanted to add. I think you got the attack lineup pretty much on lock. But gotcha. I think first impressions might actually be really good in Eraserhead. It says flip +3 damage if blocked. Draw a card. Your next one gets +3 speed, and that's like just a good enough exchange rate for I think this card to matter on the first one, especially because like we don't necessarily want it to be blocked, right? It like he pushes speed later, and so this like instantly says the next one gets like +5 speed, which is great, which is super good. It says that these slow ass binding cloth whiplashes become like 7 low for 5s, which is pretty good, right?
Yeah.
The question is like, what's our low blocks look like? And we have to play 4 heroic lineage because that's how we kill anybody. So I've just done that for you. Congratulations. I'm gonna toss these in your sideboard as well. We're gonna get rid of them out of the main board. Okay, let's talk about some of the choices we have here. Okay, acrobatic, beautiful. We're not gonna talk about it. Binding cloth mastery. Why is this card at a 3 of in your deck? Give me the pitch. What were you thinking?
Every single attack besides aerial drop says binding.
Okay.
But I guess it could be bad to want to commit it down off too much offensively. Like you said, Eraserhead 2 doesn't have too much defensive prowess outside of his response.
Correct. I think it is a 2 of, and I think it is there exclusively because of the flip -1 damage. And if you happen to do the commit to get one last one in to kill them, rad. It's a 2/4 mid block, and that 1 mid block is very good. But like, there's just like other things that we could be doing. Closing in, your combo attack gets +2 speed. It's gonna be a 4 of. This card's great. This card's super, super good, man. This card says that once again, early, your fast moves get faster. Daunting Message. I think it's to be a 3 of. Just to change stuff out. There's some matches this card's gonna be dead. But the matches that we see 2 of it, it's gonna feel very good. If it was a 0 diff, like if it was along the same lines of like a Desperate Times, we could play it at a 4 of, and I'd be happy. But I don't think it needs to be that. Patient Observation. What are your thoughts on this card?
It's a 6 check for Void since we lost Coordinated. Also, it's got Breaker 1, which is good for blocks. It's a 3+ though, which isn't the greatest thing. And I don't know, just being able to, I think it's better in other places than this. I just felt like it was a newer card, wanted to try it out. 6 checks are cool.
I love it. Let's try it out at a 2 of. I think you're going to cut it down to 1, actually. I think the 6 check is neat. I think this card is as good and as useful and as repeatable as something like League Interview. And League Interview, you get to guarantee use every turn, whereas this card, you just might not.
Yeah, you need your momentum.
The big thing about this is this character doesn't give -speed like Eraserhead 1 does, but as soon as you play Eraserhead 1, this card's going to feel just abysmal. Like, you're just never going to want to use this card because the -2 is going to be fine. So this is just an Eraserhead 2 card. It feels fine. Don't run cards in your deck because of their 6 check. That is not good.
Gotcha. Noted.
Exhausted Exclamation at a 2 of. Why so?
Well, I mean, like I said, I originally built this with Eraserhead 1 in there, and his commits is a little more matters time-wise than Eraserhead 2 does, so I didn't see myself being committed. I could definitely see it being bumped up just because drawing cards is busted. But outside of that, that's just the thoughts I had behind it.
I think that this card is totally fine. I think it does not feel very good because you can only really play this on defense with Eraserhead. It lets you try to survive a little bit longer, but give my attack stun 1 to hopefully give my opponent's attack stun 1 to hopefully block my move after I've taken a card away. I mean, that might just not be worth it.
Gotcha.
You know, I think you should play it at a 2 of just to try it because this, once again, this is our first impression. But I think that this card might end up actually just getting cut because we don't get to play it on our turn, right? We don't have the option to. Yeah. Prone to Dry Eyes at a 4 of, my man.
Card's busted.
Card's a 2 of. You're not gonna have enough. You're not gonna have enough cards in your hand to fulfill the.
True.
The
maybe under Eraserhead 1 having 7 would be better, but
that's where I'm at. It is just not quite good enough. There's not quite enough draw on offense, right? If you got to play Exhausted Exclamation on offense, sure, we could play more Prone to Dry Eyes. But discard even 1 card to give these the +1 damage is not actually going to be worth it in the long run. This card is actually more about the stun hate than anything.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Double Confused is fine. Spooky's great. Mediator is cool. The only issue is we don't have. I
don't have the actions. That was once again thrown in there. Forgot to get switched over.
To the point where we could just play double.
I'm gonna be, when I end up playing this, I'm gonna be 100% honest. It will probably be Eraserhead 1 with Eraserhead 2 in the sideboard for the niche matches, but.
Well, I think we could just play double erase in the main board and feel fine about it.
It's still not bad,
right?
It's a great block.
Because I think this Eraserhead response is going to like accidentally
steal your games. I do forget that you can also just still use the response on it.
Yeah, you just can't pick it up every single turn, right?
I don't get to recur.
Right. Heroic Lineage has to be a 4 of because this is the way we get to kill people late. You press this button once, and then this is live for the rest of your turn. You don't have to work for it, right?
True.
Yeah, it's not like you even have to discard the card to get that speed. It just happens. It's just like I will always have this +2 speed. And whenever I want, I slam all of these for the stats. Calling for Backup should be a 4 of, especially if we're going to be using things for Prone to Dry Eyes. Right? Our first enhance is to draw Calling for Backup. Our second enhance is this card sucks. I'll discard it for Prone. This is our offensive draw, and so we need it.
Yeah.
Same thing with binding kick. Like that's the reason to play more prone, but I still don't think. I think 2 will be fine. If you feel you're not seeing it enough, pull it up to a 3 of. If you still feel like you're not seeing it enough, I think you might be playing the card wrong. And then gotcha 2, tape 3, and then all in all, like, that's good. What the heck is this number?
That's what I didn't want to say anything. It's like, it's hard to find high blocks under Void, it feels like.
What the heck is this number? 4th. Oh,
that's with Mediator.
That's because you're not playing any high blocks on your attacks, my
True.
guy. We're just not playing any. We're playing 0.
I didn't see. Hang on, let me go back.
Let me go take a look.
Let's go take a look.
Oh, let's talk about some more cards. Ready?
Yeah.
So, Class 1A President is really sick because it says that these 2-speed moves now get +2 damage as well. This gets +2 damage. This gets plus more stats. If this plays your 4th attack, it's stats. It'll never be. This is the best opener you have. Let's go look at our attacks. Void attacks high block.
I usually do check the block zones out, but this one was not. This one got through the review step.
The 2 cards, the 2 combo cards that you cut that you didn't like were your high blocks. Binding Cloth Top Kick and then Roundhouse Exhaust.
Yeah.
How funny.
I mean, yeah, they didn't look as good.
Expert Flurry. Not a binding kick, or binding card, but that's fine. Gutter Punk Elbow is a card.
I have to get my hand on some. Gutter Punk is sick though, being able to recur and pick up again.
Yeah.
Their card pull a little bit.
Weapon.
Yeah, they should all be weapons except for binding.
Kick. Yeah, maybe that's just like good enough, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
only big thing is this does say for each attack in your card pool, and so you don't get to, like, you get to Gutter Punk Elbow, give it a 2 speed, and then pick the card up and then play it again, and then your attack will get plus another 2 speed because you only have the 2 attacks in your card pool. So like there is that. So tell me why you don't like Binding Cloth Drop Kick.
That's the discard for +4 damage, right?
Correct.
Let me pull up the card again real quick on my screen so I can read it. Tell you what I was thinking when I was reading it.
I'm gonna put it in the sideboard so we can
chat
about it.
Let's see.
We can do this. And then
Binding
we got
Claw,
that there.
drop kick.
This. We'll come over here. We'll do this.
Oh, okay. So it's because it says discard 1 card, and I was already thinking, as we saw the Prone to Dry Eyes, I just didn't think with me being a 6-hander that pitching the 1 card would have been better spent than doing it on Dry. Well, I guess it is better than Dry Eyes if you're going to span out more, unless you're planning on doing 4 attacks.
Right. And as your 3rd attack, it is a 7 high for 8 on a 6 diff. Those, my friend, without any other things, are like commit 1 or commit 2 for cannon numbers.
True. It does line up with cannon numbers.
And it's discard a card as opposed to commit a card.
I got you. So maybe cut some of the other 4 ofs in the list down to 3 ofs and make room for it.
I completely agree. Precision, it can't be Whiplash. Yeah, we'll do 3 of you. I think that Binding Erasure is actually not that good.
Okay.
I think this card is actually very good for, like, actually I think it's really good for Eraser 1, and I think it's a little less so for Eraser 2. I think it's a beautiful sideboard card, actually. You have 23 mids. Holy cow. I'm gonna go back and look at our block zones and look at the mids in our attack lineup. We're gonna toss tape down to a 2 of. Man.
It's tough.
Man. I think we have to put this at a 3 of. And then we have to find. How big can this be?
I was thinking like no more than like 66.
Love it. Crushed it.
You draw on all your blocks and stuff. So yeah, let's see. For the heck,
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. That we draw off complete blocks.
Yes, not on all of your blocks. I was afraid
Yeah,
that
no.
this character was actually broken.
You thought you've misread it throughout the entire video earlier?
If this card said that we drew completely, if Amu was completely blocked, he's the best character in the game.
Yeah, no, that's too much. No, yeah, we draw off their complete blocks.
Sitting here losing my mind. Wowzers. Yeah. But this is cool. I think this is enough to at least run it, right?
That's what,
at least give it a shot.
It out. Like I said, I feel like Eraserhead 1's going to end up being the pilot. But hey, we had to throw Eraserhead 2 up there.
Whenever it is Eraserhead 1, I mean, you're going to put Binding Capture into the deck.
Oh, for sure. And max out the erases too.
Yeah.
And then just change a couple of the attack lineup around a little bit more. But yeah, no, it looks good. I like this. This is the main thing I just wanted was to get the ratios up and then figure out the block zones, because the high was obviously a glaring issue.
You are going to be checking like shit.
So, oh yeah.
Just realize, I mean, this is a lot of attacks for a 65 card deck. But we're a 6-hander, so like you have to see the attacks in order to play out your strings. So maybe it's just the right call. Maybe stuff like Whiplash is going to be just
things will get
enough,
dropped down.
You know?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it looks good. I like where it's sitting right now.
Love it. Love it. All right, man. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I mean, obviously we've got the Eraserhead 2 channel in the Discord now. So
yes, sir.
As you're playing games on tabletop or you print out and proxy all of this or whatever, let us know. We'd love to know the updates. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get you a copy of this, and we'll send it your way. Thanks again for the support. We'll catch you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Peace.